Welcome to Sharing Gladness. This is a time for you, for us, to think about that positive side of life. Hello, Yulei, how are you?
Thank God, I'm doing great. What about you, Gita? How are you doing?
I'm great, blessed by God, and happy to be here again with all our listeners and viewers. So, we are here from Bucaramanga, Colombia. We enjoy here a wonderful time because the Lord has been doing great things, and we hope you all are also enjoying the blessings of God. Well, just to start today with our program, I would like to know, Yurley, if have you ever had that experience that you really want to do something, but probably you don't have the skill that you think you should have?
Oh, well, I think many times, yeah, because as human beings, sometimes you just see something nice and you see some people doing it and you want to try it also, you want to do it as well. I remember I wanted to play the saxo, but I'm not good with my lungs and breathing and that stuff, so then I tried to, even I bought a violin because I said I want to, but my fingers were not like the right one for that.
And you bought the instrument?
Yes, I bought it. I bought it and then I tried, but no, it really was not like anyway, I think I lacked also the inspiration, the desire. But then I decided to give it to someone who is taking advantage of it.
And for how long were you in that process of trying to play the violin?
I think at least like 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
5 to 6 months, yeah.
How hard or easy was to quit that desire?
At the beginning, I was like disappointed with myself because I really I loved the sound of violin and I thought it would be nice for me to praise God using that instrument. But then I realized, no, it's not my thing. It's not what I'm good at.
Did you have any experience that probably made you think, I'm not good at that? Probably somebody told you anything?
Well, I didn't tell anybody, so I
you were hidden, you were...
Well, some people knew, maybe the people who were living with me, they knew and they noticed, she's practicing and that. But maybe I think I would blame that I didn't have a coach or a teacher. So it was on my own and it was hard because even just to tune the instrument is something new for you. I had not experience with that kind of instruments. So I said, no, it's not my thing. I'm good at some other things. For instance, in interpreting. For me, it's hard.
Okay.
But I think I have developed that skill already. Not that I'm the best one or perfect, but I have had some years of experience. So I have been doing it. So I said, okay, I will quit to music and I will focus in languages.
Well, I find that story very interesting because I know that many people might face the same situation. They have a strong desire. I think there is a feature of our personality that also will help or will hinder the desire, right?
Totally.
Because sometimes we are too shy that we are not able to share the desire to a person that probably is more knowledgeable, that has more experience, and we prefer to do it by ourselves, right? And like you already said, it's very difficult when you don't know what to do, how to do it, right? But those people that are more outgoing, sometimes they just come to the right person and they tell them, hey, I want to learn this.
No shame at all.
No,
they just
nothing.
Will say it.
Even if they have to make mistakes, they do them and they laugh at those mistakes. But some of us have a personality that don't allow us to do it.
We try to just to speak or to ask, but it is hard. And that's why you sometimes just, as you said, you keep quiet and then you say, no, I'll try to do it. And then you just get disappointed and discouraged and then you quit.
Okay, so let's speak about those people who have the skill but probably don't have the motivation to do something. And the opposite, some people are highly motivated but they don't have the skill. I was watching a video of a person that was studying something very hard for many months, and then the close ceremony of that course came, and that person was encouraged to have a performance in front of a large audience. And when we were watching the video, we were suffering because we realized after so many classes and effort and, rehearsing, that person was suffering in that moment of that performance. So you can tell, well, maybe he doesn't have the skill despite he has been trying very hard to study, to improve. So have you seen those situations? What can we tell to those people? Let's speak about that.
Well, I think we should believe in ourselves. Well, believe in God first, of course, that He is going to help us to do things we never thought possible to do. But we have to also acknowledge that there are some things, in my case, I believe, that are not for us.
Yeah, I think that's one key point here.
You may be motivated to do it. You may be excited about it. But when you try to do it, you see it's not your thing. It's not what is going to work for you.
That's true.
So sometimes we will spend time,
Money.
Money. And it is not going to be something like you're investing, but maybe you are wasting because it's not something you are going to receive or to harvest. Or I think you should try. But if you see, not to quit immediately, but if you see really you're not motivated, you're not making any progress, you should try to search for another thing. That's what I would say.
Yes, I totally agree with you, humanly speaking, right?
Yeah.
Because from God's perspective, which is a totally different thing, we can see miracles. For instance, in our case, we are not native speakers of English. Even we still struggle. Despite the Lord
want to speak in
yeah,
English.
we didn't. We didn't want to speak in English. We didn't want to hold a program like this, to do radio programs or television in English. And we are involved in that. We understand that it is because God wills, because He has a purpose. And probably, our accent, our vocabulary, the knowledge of grammar, structure, and many things is not very clear. It's not very complete. But somehow the Lord is like pushing you, do it. Yes, you know that you are not perfect. You know that you are making mistakes, but do it. It's like Moses.
Yeah.
When Moses had that great task, the Lord entrusted him. And he said, I don't know how to speak, God. Please send somebody else. But the Lord said, no, you go. I will give you other people that may support you, but you go, right?
Yeah, I think when you go to that realm of spiritual things, I think, you have to be open, because the Lord will not allow you to quit. If the Lord is moving you to do that, even though you have to cry, even though you have to
feel ashamed.
You can't say no. When it is something you want and you try and didn't work, okay, you can change your plan. But when it is God telling you to do something, you have to stick with it.
We don't want, this program is not about speaking about ourselves, but indeed we cannot hide what the Lord has done. In my personal case, I would say that I didn't have the skill, despite I studied for this, for teaching English and all that stuff. But I know that I didn't have the skill, I didn't have the motivation, because I knew that it was overwhelming for me to speak in this foreign language. However, I cannot hide, I cannot deny that the Lord wanted me here. doing this.
It happened with me when I was in the Philippines trying to learn Filipino. Oh, I had to cry so many times. I just remember going in the jeepney and crying after a service and saying,
Wow.
"Lord, this is not for me. I can do it." And then just come back, sleep, and say, "No, I have to do it again. I have to keep on doing it." Until, thank God, it became easier. But at the beginning, it was really hard. And I many times went to the Lord and said, "Lord, maybe you made a mistake this time. Maybe in other area, but this." I didn't even suffer that much with the English, but with Filipino, oh my good God.
But I think that's one of the most beautiful things, that because you feel that you are not the right person or the most knowledgeable person on that area, you can go to God's feet. You can go to God's throne and ask for mercy and to depend on Him. Then you realize it's not my skill, it's not my power, it's not my ability. It's just because the Lord has mercy.
It came from the Lord. Yeah, you have to acknowledge it.
I remember another case of a person that is a preacher. And after he preached one of his messages, he said, "Oh, I didn't like it. I didn't do a good job. I didn't feel comfortable." And that person was kind of sad. But the results of his preaching was wonderful. Yeah, the result of how many people were impacted by the message the Lord gave through this preacher. So sometimes our mindset also plays an important role on this.
Yeah.
Because your mind is usually beating you so hard.
Yeah. But I was thinking in the opposite. Sometimes when your mind tells you you're the best one, there is no one like you, and then people hear you and no, you're not that good. But then your mind says, "No, I'm good. I'm not good. I'm the best." So I think we should be careful. Sometimes your mind could be telling you, "No,
too hard."
quit.
Yes.
But some other time your mind could be just giving you applause, and I don't know, maybe like telling you, "You can do it. No, you're the best," and it is not so. You should keep on working about that, on that.
That's true. That's true. Well, have you seen any cases of lower skilled and highly motivated people with great results? So people that probably, yes, they didn't have the skill, they didn't have the talent. However, they were so motivated that they started a project and then they became successful. Have you seen that?
Well, I was remembering, but he knew what he could do. And I remember he wanted to sing for his wife, this old man. But he really was not good at singing. But then his plan was to sing one song for her. And then he practiced, I don't remember how long, but there was a long period of time, every day, many hours during the day, practicing that song. And when he sang it, people was amazed. But he only could sing that song. And after that, he quit because he knew it was not for him. But he was highly motivated because he wanted to sing that song for his wife. So he did the best he could, and the results were good. But he said, "No, it's just this song. I'm not going to pursue a career and nothing like that. It's just this song."
That's good. That's good. And I think motivation is about that. How do you see that project? What is the purpose for doing that? When that motivation is high, when you are really interested in doing something because you want to bless another person, because you want to make progress, right, in your spiritual life or in your family, in your job, then you will find that is like an engine, right?
Yeah.
Trying to push you to go ahead. But sometimes people want to do things just because.
And I think, things will not work because you need to be motivated. Because if you don't have the skills, you will require a lot of discipline. And if you
Right.
don't have the motivation, you're not going to be disciplined enough. You're just going, it's just because, so if it works good and if it does not, it's okay. But then you will see nothing happened.
Right.
But yeah, you have to be motivated.
So, motivation will be, I would say, a complement of the skill. Because I have seen also people who have wonderful talents, but they don't feel motivated. They don't feel like using those talents to make progress, to create a new project. And then you just see them dying, going to the funeral with that beautiful talent that they never developed. And sometimes, because of fears, you cannot see all the talent that the Lord has put in your life. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
We need to fight them.
I remember, I forgot the name of the animal, but there is an animal that, because of fear of wild animals, he is a sea animal. He goes into the deepest of the waters, even when there is no light. And then he just starts to hide. It's something like nature already did that with him. And then he loses his eyes, and then he loses his members. And at the end, he's just a blind worm.
Wow.
He becomes like that. And then I remember that pastor that was saying that, said, if you don't use what you have, if you don't use it, you are going to lose it. And it is for sure. If maybe you're talented and you just remain like that, like, I know already this, I know how to play the piano, I know how to sing, and then you don't work on it, somebody else that is maybe less skilled than you will do better, because he's motivated, he's practicing, he's developing his gift in his talent. I think we should not take things for granted. As you said, maybe we will die and we will just disappear and nothing happened with us.
Yeah. Now, if you are a highly motivated person, but you know that you don't have the skill, you must make sure that you will persevere, because some comments might come. Your own mind might tell you, no, you are not doing a good job. So, like we were saying before, you need to fight those fears, those thoughts, because if you are motivated, it doesn't mean that you are doing everything well.
Yeah.
And I have had also that experience while interpreting, for instance.
Yeah.
When we interpret especially from Spanish to English, and when we finish the message, I have had the talk with other brothers and sisters here. Oh no, it was terrible. I didn't know how to say this, how to say that. Well, let's go to our knees, let's pray to the Lord. That's good if it is happening, because then again, we can acknowledge that everything good that is coming to us comes from God and not from ourselves.
And I think also it's good when those things happen, because they made us realize we have to keep on studying, practicing, reviewing, praying, because sometimes when we have a good time, maybe when we are interpreting and it was a good preaching, like everything, you were flowing, you feel like the best.
Yeah.
And then you feel, sometimes we don't go to check on words, because you felt it was great. But then when those times come, you go to your knees and you cry, Lord, this is hard. So I think those moments are good, necessary also for us.
Yes, and you just said something that I would like to add, which is persistence, to keep on doing, to keep on practicing, to keep on reviewing. That's important. The third president of the US said, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than successful men without talent. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. So there are many people that are like that. they are not successful, right? But they have a talent.
Mm-hmm.
And it is sad. The slogan, press on, has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. That's a slogan that once he said. Press on has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Well, press on.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes, it sounds easier, yes,
Yeah.
than to do it, because to press on means to overcome all those hindrances along the way.
To bear with them,
Yes.
with those inner thoughts and those ones that are out there everywhere telling you no, you're not. But yeah, you have to keep on. We have to keep on doing.
Yes, people who are motivated tend to achieve greater heights than many with greater skills, somebody said. So, what is your case, beloved listener and viewer? Are you highly motivated, or are you a very, very talented person? Is both or each one of them a complement, or maybe you are inclined to one of them more than to the other?
Yeah, we
So-
just say some things that are our perspective, but maybe our viewers have a different one. So
Yeah, maybe you have experience and anecdote that can reinforce one of these things that we have just said. And we would like to listen to your opinion as well. We want you also to write your comments. Maybe you have also great ideas that can be a blessing to others.
yeah, I would like to say, don't quit. Keep on persisting and persevering. God will help you.
Yeah. If you are highly motivated, then it means that you will persevere, that you will practice, that you will try. But like your lay said at the beginning, try to be also critical with yourself. Not too much, please. But try to see if that is your calling, if the Lord indeed wants you to do that, right? Because maybe you have focused on something that is not for you, and you are missing what indeed is in God's plan
Yeah.
for you to do. And even you can surprise yourself to find out that what the Lord has planned for you was never in your mind, was never on your list.
And I think the Lord is expert in doing those things, because then we will give the glory to Him. We will acknowledge it's because of His grace.
That's true. So that's the topic for today. We hope it was a blessing to all of you, and we want to inspire you to continue seeing the positive side of life. Yes, life is hard, but in that hardness, we have also wonderful things that we should take advantage on a daily basis. So, anything to add, sister?
That's it. You said it all.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here in sharing gladness. God bless you.